Yeah. Michael Bisping said it best. Never gonna happen, brother.
You mad?
This is number one bullshit. You're never gonna do that. I love it when they stand and bang. Are you intoxicated?
But take your jokes and throw them in the bin.
Me and Dana White not friends. Everybody knows.
That was amazing.
Sometimes your stock is just higher.
I'm telling you, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's probably one of the worst things I've ever heard. Let's move on. Just like that.
Woo. Check that smile, Danny.
There you go. Just waiting for Dan to say something.
Are we live?
Yeah, bro, we're going. I'm waiting for you to say something.
I thought you clap it in, baby boy.
No. I said, here we go, boys.
Welcome to another edition of From the Corner.
There we go. That's better.
We want to talk about Davis and Figueiredo. We want to talk about Jacko Manson. We're going to talk about leg locks. Get those thumbs up. Get those comments in. First 10 commenters to comment on the YouTube video, you get a special prize in next week's edition of From the Corner. Let us know what you feel, and we'll talk to you next week. Rock, how's it going?
I was hoping you weren't gonna say the first 10 get like a pack of Regani or something.
Yeah, I was totally going to shout that out. Anyway.
Shout out sponsor, Rugby. Thank you for always being with me. Shout out
That's
Black
too
Label
funny.
too.
That's too funny. Brilliant.
Tell us your thoughts on, are we going straight into the main event, or are we going to talk, work our way up the card?
Yeah, well, we can do whatever you feel today. I'm super easy. I mean, where did we leave off last? I mean, did we talked the last time we got together? We spoke about Calvin Keda and Dan Ige, and then I guess the only did we? No, we didn't.
We spoke about the permutations of the featherweight division.
Yeah.
We spoke about Qatar. We spoke about Ige. They're both warriors. I don't think Dan Ige, having lost that fight, I don't think his stock drops that much.
Yeah.
I think he can still get himself into an old barnyard brawl with someone like Ortega, someone like Korean Zombie. I think he's still right up there. I think he's ranked number 10. But just for this week, I mean, Davis and Figueiredo. Should we just go straight into that main event? Benavidez had a second shot at the title, and things didn't go according to plan.
No way.
Didn't go well for him at all.
But in my book, Joseph Benavidez is still a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. But you just got to understand that Davison is such a beast. He is so powerful at 125. I mean, that guy is huge. I mean, some of the, some of the tweets coming through to the broadcast were like, I mean, my goodness, that guy's a bantamweight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think guys are cutting a lot of weight. And there are times when, remember when Darren Till fought for the welterweight title? Taryn Dill used to fight at 170.
Yeah.
So sometimes guys cut a lot of weight. I think Figueiredo is a natural 135er.
For sure.
He should be up in there with like someone like Garbrandt or Dillashaw.
Yeah.
He did cut a lot of weight to flyweight.
What was that, like 3-punch knockdowns or 4-punch? Was it 3 or 4-punch? I mean, he was just dominating the whole time.
Listen, he even said in the post-fight press conference that he just like literally got his ass kicked. But it was heart-wrenching to see that of such a legend, someone who's been around. He was someone who, one of the greatest fighters of all time to not win a belt. And I don't think he's going to find a way to a belt anytime soon because this is what, his fourth shot at a title, I think. Something like that.
Third or fourth. And he's fought Cejudo and he won that fight actually. And he fought for a belt against DJ. Demetrius Johnson, and he lost that fight.
Mm-hmm.
If memory serves me correctly. But yeah, and just to go back on to the first fight where, you know, Figueiredo dominated that fight as well, but he had missed weight. So this time he made 125. 3 knockdowns in the first round and then in submission. It just did not look good for Benavidez.
No.
And there's not really that much to talk about really for this fight, besides for the fact that
it was done in one. Done in one.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah. Look, there's the permutations of the sort of flyweight division and what next for Figueiredo. There's a couple challenges that are really worthy of a title shot. And the fact that Joseph Benavidez is always going to be a winner because of his wife, Megan.
Yes. Yeah, no, 100%. I 100% agree with you. And it was just really tough to watch how he got choked out. I mean, that extension. I mean, I thought his back was going to break. I mean, no, it's just how it looks. I mean, it's his back is probably not going to break. But oh my word, that extension and the way, you know, the way his hand hit the canvas, it looked like he was trying to push and post off. But the second time, it looked like that to the ref, but it didn't. So that choke went a lot longer than it should have. And he was out, and it was quite tough to see, and especially that horrific elbow. But you know, also Joseph Benavidez is another guy like Nate Diaz, where they just cut easily. It's just a part of their scar tissue. It's something that they've garnered over time.
Yeah.
So it's just a cut essentially. It looks bad, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's and like what Nate Diaz says when he fought Jorge Masvidal for the BMF belt.
Yeah.
It's just blood. It's just blood. It looks like it's pissing out of my face.
It looks like a horror
looks horrific,
story.
But I could still submit this guy. Give me another round in there. And it is old scar tissue.
Yeah.
I think with Benavidez, he is really good on the ground, and he fought off. I think Figueiredo was quite deep the first time on a rear naked choke. Benavidez fought the hands and got out. I think if I'm not mistaken, there was a guillotine in there somewhere as well, which he got out of.
Yeah.
Then there was another rear naked, and it was total domination from a slightly bigger fighter. You know, the reason we watch MMA is because, you know, we live in a world with so much violence that's unfair.
Yeah.
But MMA it's sort of sanctioned legal violence. It's two guys that want to fight. They weigh the same. They got the same. Usually they have the same camp prepared. It's a fair fight, and it's actually wholesome masculinity. I'd like to just say that it's two guys that want to fight. They're doing it out of sport, and they've been training, and they literally are trained killers, and they're getting in there. It's a totally fair fight, and they know what they're getting into, and that's why we watch martial arts. And I think this time it was just it was a bit of a size advantage for Figueiredo. Yeah. And look, you know, he did it twice. He did it twice now. I think he's the flyweight champ. His next big challenge is making weight again. That's my opinion. And
I think there's some very interesting movement in the flyweight division, especially now with a new champion. Because if you look at Benavidez, he was number 2. Davison was number 1. Now Davison has moved up to champion. Joseph is probably automatically going to be moved to number 1. And then you've got Brandon Moreno, who's come off an impressive win in March. And then you've got Askar Askarov, who has just come off a win this week. Against,
that was insane.
Yeah, I mean, and that was one of the more impressive fights. And he's like a Matt Hamill. He's deaf. So that's another interesting fact, that he can't hear his corner. Really? Everything is premeditated. So that was a hugely interesting fact that I heard over the weekend. But he got a massive win. His wrestling was just out of this world, and he's got some crazy accolades in a lot of different disciplines: judo, BJJ, wrestling, and then apparently the list goes on to sambo and all that kind of jazz. But then
after watching that, I even messaged you guys saying like that was the best grappling between the two guys I've ever seen. Like they're both just absolutely. It was so skillful. Everyone's getting out of every hold. It was just complete skill.
Yeah, let's quickly let me just finish that, and we can talk about that specific fight because that was on the main card this weekend. Is that Askar beat the number 4 ranked behind Marino and Benavidez and Figueiredo, beat Pantoja. So you'll have, I think the winner, they should match up Askarov versus Brandon Marino for number 1 contender spot, and then they fight Davison for the title.
Amazing.
I think that sounds great.
That sounds
because
amazing. Sean Shelby, are you listening?
Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. So I think it's going to be good. So that's my take on the flyweights. But let's go down the card. I mean, one of the most disappointing fights I've ever seen, one of the most disappointing endings to a fight that I was very, very excited for was the co-man, Gastelum versus Jack Hermansson. What was going on there?
You could see he was shocked himself. I mean, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, quickly wanted to go back and just say that with Benavidez and the chokehold, I think Bisping even shouted, "He's unconscious. He's unconscious."
Yeah.
The referee. I just wanted to quickly add that the ref can't always see. He knows Benavidez is such a good grappler and he's going to fight the hands, and he wants to give him that extra second to get out of the choke if he can. There's 12 seconds left in the first round. So like you said, it was a bit late, but I don't blame the ref for a late stoppage here. I think he just tried to give him the benefit of the doubt.
100%.
So going back to the co-main, we also had a stoppage there, also a submission. Now, I've done a few jiu-jitsu classes. I know how dangerous leg locks are, and
they can hurt you.
I'm absolute white belt, but to a person that has never done jits, and to a person that can't fight, a leg lock is
you're gonna get a lot of hate for that. Never done jits.
No. What do you mean? I'm saying I'm a white belt.
He's talking about himself.
No, I'm just joking.
Are you asking me to come over and give you an armbar quick? No. So because I'm such a white belt, whenever I'm wrestling with my friends, I always just go for arm bars because it's the one thing I really drilled quite a lot. And I didn't drill leg locks, but I've been caught in a few leg locks where you have to tap immediately because your knee starts twisting out.
Yeah.
It's the quickest way to end a fight for someone that's done a bit of jits, and if you're fighting someone that's never grappled. It's extremely dangerous, and you have to tap very quickly. And I think a guy like Calvin Gastelum should know how to get out of it, and that's why it's so disappointing. But I actually see it the other way. I see it. Jack Hermansson got a really valuable win there in a division that is absolutely stacked, and he did it in the first round, and he finished Calvin. Purely because Calvin just didn't see it coming, and when he saw it and he needed to kick off the back, it was just too late.
I mean, you can see he relaxed, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was locked, and he just couldn't get out. It was just he relaxed.
It was too late, and he realized, and he had to tap because his knee was going to be pop up, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, Hermansson is a beast. Let's not take away the negative vibe away from Calvin and actually give some props to Hermansson. I mean, he's finished some of the best of the best. And who did he fight that lost that? He was on a title run, and then he lost a number 1 contender fight. I can't remember who he lost to.
I'll pull it up quick.
Pull it up there, boy.
I'm just happy for him because now he can go and he can fight the winner of Tarendil and Bobby Nichols.
Yeah.
Jack Hermansson's last 5 fights, he beat Gastelum with the first round sub. He lost against Jared Cannonier.
That's it. That's the one he lost. That was the number 1.
He lost against Jared the Gorilla Cannonier.
Jeez.
And then before that he went on a 4-fight win streak. Latest Mersat, David Branch, and Jacare.
And those are Jacare, and those are all. You don't sleep on Mersat. Mersat is one of the most decorated. He's actually Hermansson and Mersat shared the most submissions in UFC since 2006 or something like that.
Look, Hermansson is a beast on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's also improved his striking a lot. If he gets your legs, I mean, you can say strikers like Darren Till, Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya, if he gets these guys' legs, there's going to be serious problems for all of them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, it was sad to see Gastelum go down. Gastelum looked good. He was in good shape. He looked like he was coming in. He was well trained. Although some of his like pre-fight promo stuff he looked slow. And you know what? To be honest with you, his performance was slow. His reaction time was awful. I mean, all he needed to do was quick explode it and get his heel out of there. This is saying coming from me, from no,
it's easy.
A casual fan.
I hear what you're saying, but even a guy like Bisping, who former middleweight champion,
just rested on his laurels. Sorry.
No, exactly. No, 100% agree with you. And even a guy like Bisping, he said, he should have exploded. And Bisping's also just an armchair commentator at that point, because even though Bisping's a former champion of the world in that division, it's easy to criticize from where we all sit on the outside of the octagon. And I think if you Calvin Gastelum, all it takes is that not even a half a second, 1/10 of a second, where you just relax and you forget or you don't perform. We all do it sometimes, when you're talking to a client and you're meant to know what's going on and you're supposed to be switched on, and you have a bit of a lapse, and then it can go pear-shaped quite quickly. And I think it happens at work for all of us. That is Calvin Gastelum's job. So he had a shit day in the office. That happened.
True. He really did have a shit day at the office, and it came at a really bad time as well, and in his career.
Correct.
I mean, I think that fight with Adesanya really changed him. You can only have so many of those wars in your life, and he got dropped savagely. In those later rounds, the way they were just going at it, and Calvin would just his legs would go from underneath him, and he would just drop to his butt. I mean, it was and I think he doesn't have that fire yet, and we're yet to see it, because he's really taken some big knocks. Sorry, I struggled to get that out.
No, I know what you're saying, and I think I love the fight with Izzy, and I think that's when he was fighting for the interim belt. He was right up there, and I think Calvin, unfortunately, he did need to win this fight against Jack. And you're right, he doesn't look the same as he did before that fight with Izzy. So you could say that fight did take something out of him, and you can only do so many of those fights in your career. I think Calvin needs a big win.
Well, he's on a 3-fight skid, isn't he?
Well, I think he is, because he lost against Izzy, then he lost against Izzy, then Darren Till, and now Jack Hermanson. So I would like to see if Jared, the Gorilla Cannoneer, if he heals up, because he tore his bicep, but if he heals up from his arm injury, maybe we could have a dance partner for Calvin Gastelum, and this could be sort of a, Calvin, it's your last chance.
No, I think the problem is Cannonier's on a he's on a 3-fight skid. Seriously, he is on a really really bad skid. Ever since the Adesanya fight, But anyway,
he's been fighting absolute killers at the top of the middleweight division. If he gets a guy, I mean, look, there's always Derek Brunson and Uriah Hall. There's a couple guys in the way.
I was going to say Uriah Hall.
Listen here. Tim Kennedy, Vitor Belfort, Chris Weidman, Michael Bisping, Jacare Souza, Israel Adesanya, Darren Till, and Jack Hermanson. That's its last.
Murderer's row.
Yeah.
That is absolute murderer's row.
That is shame. That is a tough deal. And he's won a few of them, but he's only won 2 out of his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 out of 7. He's only won 2 out of his last 7 fights.
Well, that's what I say. I think he needs a big win, or he needs to go back to the dietitian and go back to 170. But he's a bit of a big boy at this stage. Yeah,
I don't know. It's a shame. It's just heartbreaking to see. He is still one of my favorite fighters. But I love him.
I love him to bits. I know how. It's just one of the. It was a poor performance, but it was one of those. It wasn't a systematically round by round shocking performance. It was just that he got caught, and I'd love to see him in there with a Derek Brunson or Uriah Hall, or come on Bisping, get out of retirement, let's do it again.
Yeah.
George
No,
I'm dreaming.
Jeez, talk about Bisping. Everybody knows he's got one eye. Even though,
he knocked out Luke Rockhold.
yeah, but that's before the commission knew.
Okay, he's not allowed back. That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean,
I think a good fight-up will be Uriah
Hall.
Yeah.
Do you know how funny that sounds? Because they were the original Ultimate Fighter middleweight finalists, and Gastelum beat Hall to take it.
Oh wow!
Amazing.
So that's and they're like best friends.
Yeah, so
I mean,
best friends can still fight.
No, they won't fight each other. They won't fight each other again.
Taron Dill and Bobby Knuckles are best friends. Come on, they always comment on Instagram.
No, they're not best friends. We've seen that. But okay, so the UFC saw a breakout star this weekend, and everybody is up on the hype train of Rafael Fiziev.
Rafael.
Dude, that guy's got a rubber back or something. I don't know what.
How
that was,
do
bro.
those kicks just wrap around like that? That was one of the most beautiful display of kickboxing I've ever seen.
I seriously thought every time he kicked, I thought it was the 10-second mark because it was that wood clapping sound. Yes, it was insane.
It's so interesting. Yeah, it's like they described it well. They said it sounded like you are slapping cracking a leather belt or cracking a whip. And I it was a display, but although with the ups and the fancy stuff that attached to it, is Mark Diakese did a pretty good job, and he didn't get finished.
No, yeah.
I mean, I've just watched the highlights, and it looks like the fucking Matrix. Seriously.
Yeah, dude, it was insane.
Oh, he pulled off so many of those Matrix moves when Diakese would go for Jacasey would go for a high kick, and he would just like duck under it. It was crazy.
He's got,
I've just
reaction time
pulled
is
my
so
bloody
fast.
earphones out.
So what do you think? Who's next for him? I mean, he's in a stacked division. No one wants to be a
no. Let's work this guy slowly. I mean, Jacasey has he's been around for a long time. He's been up and down in his career. I think give Fiziev someone.
Don Madge?
No, yeah, you could give him Don Madge. You actually could. Don's done. No, yes, you could.
Mick Maynard, can you hear?
Yeah, Don's a 2-0 vet in the UFC, so like that's a perfect matchup. And Don's got that BJJ attacking from the back skills. Let's put this guy on his back and see what he can do.
So I mean, shout out to Don Madge. He's the only Cape Townian in the UFC. I think he's the only South African in the UFC.
Yeah, we're waiting for the 3-0, right?
Yeah, we're waiting for the 3-0.
What do you think? What do you think in terms of Madge? Would he be allowed to travel, or do you think the UFC?
Well,
because that's the whole point of
Fight
Island.
Work permit.
Go for it. You see,
because they are.
Sorry, I was going to say, Jason. Jared, the problem with that is that
Jason.
You can get
Jason. Where's Jason?
It's because I call you Jay, and I also call my mate Jason Jay. No, the problem with that is that he, you could get to Yas Island, and you could get the visa that way, but the South Africa's government can't organize a piss up in SAB. So literally, they fucking banned the boots.
They can't organize a piss up, so they just shut it down.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the problem is probably sitting on our side, and also we have the 5th highest COVID-19 infections in the world. Probably Don's looking at next year.
Yeah. Listen, when was his last fight? When was his last fight against that Frenchman? I think it was in Abu Dhabi. I think it was Conor Khabib fight. UFC 223, I think it was.
Yeah, he opened up the whole. He opened up the whole.
The whole card.
Fight.
Yeah.
The whole card,
he got a 3-round decision. But it's been a while.
Yeah, no, we're looking at sort of either wait for the vaccine or wait until such a time where a lot of people, where the COVID-19 test becomes a bit cheaper, because at the moment it's $900.
Yeah,
not a lot of people are getting negative tests so that they can jump on an airplane.
Yeah,
you got to get a negative test to sort of I don't know, leave your house, and you got to get another one to get just before you get on the airplane to make sure you haven't caught the virus on your way to the airport. You know what I mean? So when it gets a bit cheaper, we'll get travel going again, and then South African government will be able to open up and airplanes can leave this country.
Following him on socials, he's looking good though. He's still super active and
of course.
So
I mean, he's hungry. He's hungry. He wants that gold, and I feel sorry for these guys, man, because they work so hard. And I mean, you know, there's more than 500 or odd fighters on the roster. And if you look at guys like Calvin Kattar, this guy's been turning around. He's got like 3 fights in the last 4 months or something like that, just because he turns around and it's easy. And the UFC favors guys like that. But if you don't really get that opportunity to do that on a regular basis, it can become a bit of a challenge. But I'm really excited to see him back in the cage, and I think he will do well against the top level guys, and I'm rooting for him. I think he's going to do well.
I'm naturally rooting for Don because he's a Cape Townian and he represents our flag. But I think possibly, what might happen for Don is that it makes him more hungry.
Yeah, and he's also got that superstar potential because he's a good-looking guy. He's well-spoken. He's got the whole package. If he comes up with some free, if he does a few more devastating wins like he did against T. Edwards in his debut, you're looking like a star. I mean, basically, even Mike, I can't remember who it was, where I think it was Jimmy Smith or South African MMA stand-up. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to South African MMA. And he's got a whole country.
Was it Goldie? No, Goldie was gone by then.
A whole continent behind him.
Got a new.
It was Brennan. It was Brandon Fitzgerald.
Are you sure it wasn't John Anik?
No, it wasn't John Anik. It was Brandon Fitzgerald.
Okay.
It was a fight night card.
We've got an O'Malley on our hands, bro. We just need to let him loose.
Yeah, I think I don't think he's quite an O'Malley. O'Malley is an anomaly. Try to say that in one sentence. Sean O'Malley is an anomaly. Oh, okay, it's actually pretty easy. But yeah, absolutely. Okay, but we digress slightly, guys. First of all, probably obviously Mr. Danny Boy over there is going to have an issue with this, but possibly the hottest fighter in the UFC is Ariana Lipski with a devastating knee bar in the first round of Johanna Carolina.
So painful.
I need to actually watch that again. No,
are you serious, bro? Are you literally serious?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it was like she full scorpioned her, bro. She like almost broke her back. Never mind her knee.
Yeah, the first knee bar in women flyweight history in the UFC, and did it with absolute style, absolute,
dude,
and literally the hottest woman fighter in the UFC.
What's the lady that fought last week?
Paige.
No, she beat Paige.
Amanda Ribas.
She is the hottest woman.
Go watch this knee bar.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, and hold my beer.
Let me pull up this card. I'll hold my regard.
Don't worry, it doesn't take long. All you have to do is just watch like a minute and a half, and then.
Oh my word, brother!
Back to the fight.
No. Listen, I'm not being an ass, but I'm just saying it's extremely talented fighter.
Yeah.
And
he's got
all the star
Amanda
potential.
So Amanda Ribas has got a personality as well. You know, guys, I'm a sapiosexual. I go for the intellect.
Shut up, Daniel. Moving on. All right, and then on the open the card, a very entertaining fight between Pantoja and Askarov was an amazing fight to watch. It was highly entertaining, and you know what Cejudo used to say. He said, he made flyweight great again. And
Triple C,
King of Cringe, and I agree. I am enjoying the flyweight fights that I'm watching at the moment.
He really did. That there was talk of closing the division.
Lots of it.
Talk of shutting it down.
TJ Dillashaw was
Demetrius Johnson Yeah, he was trying to hijack it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he popped. So yeah, there was talk of shutting it down because Demetrius Johnson, as great a champion as he wasn't that entertaining.
Yeah.
But TJ Dillashaw, you just couldn't keep your fingers out the steroid jar, could you? Never mind. We're moving on, and this flyweight division is very exciting.
Well, and I was so high on TJ Dillashaw until I found that shit out. And I was
also high on TJ Dillashaw, but that's because I was drinking some of the same Kool-Aid as that.
Nice. I think we covered Pantoja and Askarov pretty thoroughly earlier on. I mean, I don't know if you saw the fight or the highlights, Dan.
I'm a casual. I watch the highlights.
Okay.
When you guys are ready, we can move on to the
big one next week. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to segue here, brother. I think brother, listen to me, buddy. The Askarov is definitely someone to watch, and I think he's gonna fight Brandon Moreno for a number one contender spot against Davison, the scary monster Figueiredo.
Yeah, he's scary.
He is scary, dude.
His big battle is to make weight. If he makes 125, he knocks. That right hook is so sharp.
Woo!
You take a guy like Benavidez.
It's a counter right hook as well.
It's a counter right hook, but I even saw him throwing them when Benavidez sort of was, not really sort of committed to any punches. It's scary how quick he is and how powerful he is at that weight.
Yeah, no, totally.
But I've whipped up the card for
I've got
UFC Fight Night 174.
Oh my word!
I've just seen the starting of the main card.
Yeah, exactly. Are you seeing also Chamiv?
He
Chamiv
just fought on Wednesday.
Oh my word! Dude, Dan, you have to watch this guy.
Is he incredible?
Dude, he is a beast.
He was an honorable mention last week. And
he fought. He's going to fight within two fights within 2 weeks.
That's right, my friend. That's right.
Well,
this guy's a monster.
Okay, tell us more. He got a first round finish, obviously?
No. He got a grinding decision. He is the Khabib. He is the welterweight Khabib.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh God, no, we don't need another Khabib.
No. But this guy's scary, bro. He's big, and he just dominates, completely dominates from start to finish. I think the significant strike ratio was something like 40-1.
Yeah, it was insane.
Dude, it was crazy. He just wrapped this guy up. It's like he put him in a cocoon and just put him in and hit him like a heavy bag.
Oh, yes, it was.
That sounds like South Africa versus Canada in rugby.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So do we need another Khabib Nurmagomedov? So he's a wrestler, and he just grabs your bottom hand and
chain wrestler. Yeah,
just goes
100%. Yeah.
Oh, disgusting. We don't need another one of those, but I will take it if you give it to me.
No. You got to give it because, I mean, clearly 7 people have tried and 7 people have failed.
Well,
so let's see. Well,
in Khabib's case, 32.
11-0.
Yeah, jeez.
28-0.
I forgot how many times Khabib has won. But anyway, okay, so he's like a Khabib, but he's a middleweight, right?
10 fight win streak. 28 fight win streak. Then the next one is welterweight, another welterweight bout. Cowboy Oliveira versus Peter Sabata. That's going to be a banger. That is going to be a banger of note.
That's a dark complexion Cowboy.
Yes, that's it. Dark complexion Cowboy for sure. They had a nice moment at the last fight. Did you see that? Cowboy and Cowboy. Last time I saw Cowboy and Cowboy, it was Brokeback Mountain.
Okay. All right.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, never mind. Back to the fight.
I'm trying to hide this fucking insidious tooth of mine.
I thought you were
laughing with mouth closed.
I thought you were going to say the last time you were this excited for a semi.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I can't actually. I haven't seen Peter Sabata. Fucking hell.
Peter Sabata. What's wrong with that?
Sabata. Peter Sabata. I haven't seen him fight in quite a long time, and actually don't know what his his latest streak is.
But, I suppose we'll see him against Cowboy and see how good he is then.
Yeah.
What I would like to make mention of is if you move up the card a little bit to Paul Craig, that's a glorious beard.
He's the Scottish man. He's the Scottish BJJ guy.
The Scottish. Are you talking about the Scottish monster?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's lost some tough. He's lost some tough battles. There we go. I've pulled up Peter Sabata. He lost to Leon Edwards last, so he's coming for loss. So it's going to be interesting.
Everyone loses against Leon Edwards unless your name's Usman.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. And Leon and half the welterweight top 5 are talking shit to each other. And it's hopefully going to end up with Leon Edwards fighting in this century.
Well, I would like to see Leon Edwards versus Tyron Woodley, but I mean, Tyron Woodley kind of needs a break at the moment. So I don't know if that would be a fair fight at this point.
No, for sure. Tyron Woodley, he's focused on other stuff. I think he should take one more big money fight and call it a day. He's not going to get a championship anyway because him and Dana White hate each other. I don't think they hate each other, but they don't have a great relationship.
I think Dana White just hates his fucking rap album.
No, I think Dana White hates the fact that he delays negotiations with fights and all that kind of stuff.
He's making money from rap. Why would he not fight for less than 7 figures?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm very happy to move on to Carla Esparza if you guys are ready.
You Scuzzy.
Yeah. Not Corona. So
Carla.
Paul Craig, I'm looking forward to that fight. I enjoy Paul Craig. What did you say there, Jay?
I said I thought we were moving on to Carla.
No, I don't know who Antigulov. Whenever I see a surname like that, it's either Russian or Kazakhstan or
he looks Russian.
Something like to that effect. And they're always super scary wrestlers.
From the Caucasus, yeah.
But that could be a good matchup for Paul Craig, being a good BJJ guy off his back. So let's hope he gets it done. Is he?
Yeah.
Hectic. Yeah, no, and these Russian dudes are scary, dude.
Well, they grow up with bears, bro. So I mean, hello.
Yeah. Carla Esparza versus Marina Rodriguez. I don't know.
Tell me a bit more. Yeah, tell me a bit more about Marina Rodriguez.
I have no idea, but she's 12-0, and it's so weird. She's got 2 draws or 2 no contests.
I'm pulling it up. I'm interested in that.
More no contests, I'm guessing. Let's see.
No, she's 12-0-2. So yeah, she's got 2 draws.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
She got a majority draw in Santos versus Anders, UFC Fight Night in September 2018.
Yeah,
and she got a majority draw when Overeem fought Rosenstrike.
That's recent as well.
Yeah, it's in December 2019.
Sure.
That's crazy to have 2 draws. She's unbeaten. And she's fighting Carla
to have
Esparza.
2 draws. I mean, how? I mean, that must be a completely unique situation. That.
Well, to have 2 draws in 14 fights is very unique. Yeah. I mean, you get guys that have fought like 40 times.
How close were the draws together?
Well, the one was in,
were they not back to back?
Fights. No, her last 4 fights was draw, win, draw. She's unbeaten.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't get many draws in MMA. It's so weird.
No, in all boxing, it's quite crazy. It's crazy to get a draw.
Anyway, let's see what that fight is. The last, I think, 4 or 5 fights of Carla Esparza have been highly underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, she's not the most entertaining fighter, but maybe she's got a point to prove. Maybe she comes out swinging like Don Matt in Cape Town.
She's got a wonderful personality and stuff. No wonder she's got a good reputation because she's a nice person. But
she's got a really good heart. Yeah, I think I should just mention quickly before we move on to the big boys.
Yeah.
Cynthia Calvillo missed weight in her last fight. It was, instead of strawweight, which is 115, they fought at catchweight, 120.5. So Calvillo is going to struggle to make weight. If you look at the record, she is, she's actually She's fought at catchweight twice, so and it's 5 pounds over, so it's quite a.
Who are you talking about? Cynthia Calvillo though?
I'm talking.
Or Carla Esparza?
No. I'm talking about Cynthia Calvillo. Yeah.
But where does she fit in the situation when she fought Carla Esparza the last time?
No. I want to correct myself because I was actually thought that I was talking about Marina Rodriguez. I'm going to mute my microphone. My bad. Let's move on to the heavyweight.
Yeah, looking forward to the fight. Hoping Carla Esparza gets it done. But an unbeaten record always intrigues me. Dude, this is going to be an interesting one. And I think it's going to be a shutout, to be honest with you. This is Fabricio Verdum versus Alexander Gustafsson.
So why do you think it's going to be a shutout?
Because I've seen how Verdum has performed in his last 2 fights, which have been losses. Just come back. And Gustafsson at heavyweight is a scary thought.
Scary.
I think Gustafsson may even have what it takes to grab a title in the heavyweight division. He's only 33.
Can he make light heavyweight, or does he struggle to make?
No, he can make light heavyweight, but I think the weight cut may affect him because he's a big guy. I mean, he stands at 6'5". I mean, him and John Jones are eye to eye.
He's a massive guy, but
big.
At heavyweight, you got to fight your Francis Ngannou's of this world.
Yeah.
Whereas at light heavyweight, there's a bit of a.
But you know how much he must probably deplete himself and calorie deficit for 12 weeks to even reach a point where he's going to be able to weight cut to 205. Now imagine being in a camp where he's healthy, because remember, during your camp, you've got to have, if you want to lose a lot of weight, you got to watch your intake and what you eat. And then you get to a certain point, say about 15 pounds over, which is a doable weight cut for what anything over 15 pounds is dangerous, they say. Or Masvidal just did 21 or something like that. But to get down to a weight where you can cut another 15, now he doesn't have to do any weight cutting. That sounds scary.
It does. And Gustafsson's a scary guy. He is a Swedish Viking in our modern times. But I just wanted to say that the heavyweight division goes from sort of 94 kilograms to 120 kilograms. So if he's going to get in there with a guy like Francis.
Yeah, but Gustafsson can easily get up to 115, 20 kilos. No problem. He's 6'5".
Just gains all that muscle.
Yeah, you can put on some muscle. Yeah, it's going to be
I'd like to see how he looks. Yeah. And maybe he was cutting a lot of weight to get to 205.
Remember, Alexander Gustafsson is also, he's always been a bit of a soft light heavyweight. You know, he's likely to put on that kind of soft weight. You know, he's always had a little bit of the love handles and stuff. He's like that kind of light heavyweight. Got a bit of a dad bod. Skinny up top, but a little bit of a flab around the middle, kind of. As soon as I talk, do you think Dan's got like a weight complexion? It's like every single time we talk about weight, which is an MMA podcast, he gets a little.
I was just saying, you know, don't hate on me because I also got my love handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Lockdown.
You also
handles,
don't fight with your shirt off once every 3 months.
I wish I did that.
Yeah. Listen. There's a few things that I am very sad that I didn't get to do younger in my lifetime. Is one, carry on with my karate career. My dad was a sensei, dude. He was third dan black belt. I could have carried on karate.
Well, he still is.
He's
a third dan.
No, exactly. He is a third dan. Sorry, I mean, but he had his own dojo, his own everything. If I had carried on in that, like, I probably would be in mixed martial arts today if I carried on.
You know, there's always time, Rock. There's always
I was
time.
just about to say,
no.
never too old.
Get back in there.
30,
Get back in the
36
dojo.
36 years old, brother. No, thank
Let's
you.
go. 10 years time. 10 years time. You've got your
36
green.
young.
Yeah,
bruh.
10 years time. You've got your green belt. Let's go.
And then the second was getting in or staying passionate with basketball. Ever since I watched The Last Dance, dude, it is basketball. I went and bought a basketball so I could like dribble around the house. I still am yet to go to the hoops, and now I'm playing NBA 2K20 on PlayStation, and it's blowing my mind. I've literally played in the last 4 days. I've played about 60 games.
Jeez.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on,
So,
back to the card.
Swiftly. So you think Gustafsson's going to absolutely smash Verdum and just
I think
walk
it
away
might
from
be
him?
I think it might be a dominating win. I don't think it's going to be a
Domineering.
shutout.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a smashing.
No, I think Fabricio Verdum's got a lot to prove. You know, his last
that's why
fight-
we got this podcast. We can always watch back and see what because the last thing I would want to see is Gustafsson losing and then re-retiring. He needs a boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never liked Verdum really anyway, so.
Oh, you just hated him because he threw a boomerang at Colby Covington.
Oh my goodness! I wish that landed. He's had a run in with a few fighters. He also had a run in with Tony Ferg, bro. At a media lunch with Karen Bryant.
Yeah,
that was an interesting one.
So Tony Ferg said he wanted to ankle pick him. Well, Verdum's coming off 2 losses against Volkov and Olenek. So he needs to win, otherwise he can just may as well retire.
Can I just
Are we moving on?
He lost to Olenek.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, I said he's got 2 losses against Volkov and Olenek.
And Olenek.
No, we're talking about the same person here. Olenek.
Olenek, that's what I'm saying. He lost to Olenek.
Okay,
Anyway, moving on.
Seeing as you're so good at saying his name, how do you spell it?
I'm not I'm not tuning the way you're saying it. I'm just saying I don't rate Olenek as a very good fighter.
So then let me just mute my mic. I thought you were tuning.
Oh, shit,
That's number 2, hey?
I just leaked the tooth quickly.
You've been leaking the tooth the whole time. It's quite funny, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm having a luck here every time.
The listeners deserve it.
That's my dedication to this podcast, bro. This is number 10, by the way.
Number 10.
Number 10, yes.
No, but I did say the first 10. That's why I said the first 10 commenters get something lekker on the next episode.
Oh yes, brilliant.
So Mauricio Rua versus Nogueira.
God, I don't want to see that fight at all.
This is Shogun versus Little. Is that Little Nog?
Little Nog, yeah, dude. Like,
we haven't seen these guys since 1995.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know.
Like when they last fought. This will be a fun one. I don't hate the old guys.
Not before Whittaker and Till. I mean, hello.
You know, that's going to be.
But it's also two like Brazilian who actually like each other, who've been around the block. I mean, they couldn't be like, hey, listen, you know what they are? They're putting these guys.
44.
Yeah. They're putting these guys against each other because they know that. You know what? This is the co-main event is the old Crocs game. Mm. You know, when you get the rugby, you get the Western Province game, and then you get Western Province Old Crocs. This is the Old Crocs game for curtain raiser before the other fight.
So Little Dog has fought 3 times in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that's how long it takes to heal between fights.
Yeah, and Shogun's fought 3 times in the last 3 years.
Yeah, and one of them was against Anthony Smith, where he got an absolute lashing. And there was another one. There was another fight that he lost. The last
he drew against Paul Craig. His last fight was a draw.
Oh,
that was highly
Chakra.
Yeah. Sherbet,
anyway.
man. Anyway,
well,
cool.
I'm not a hater. Should we move on
let's just go to that main event, eh?
That main event.
Oh!
Turn till.
Okay, so this one is going to be absolute fireworks. Bobby Knuckles coming off of a break. He's rested. He's fresh. He wants to get in that octagon and smash. And then we've got the Gorilla Till from Liverpool.
Oh.
I'm not fucking scared.
I'm not scared of
Any of you.
Straight out, what's your call?
I'm gonna go Robert Whittaker.
Yeah.
Round two knockout.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Whittaker as well, but round 3. I don't think
I'm also gonna
Tarandil.
go 2.
I don't think Tarandil has got what it takes for Bar to be knuckles.
This is such an interesting one because they're gonna stand and bang. But I actually see someone getting, I don't know who it's going to be, but someone's going to get clipped and hurt, and they're going to try to take the other guy down. There's going to be a messy bit of grappling on the floor. Someone's ass is going to land up in someone's face. They're going to get back up to their feet.
There's going to be some
banging.
Yeah. I love it when they stand and burn.
These oaks are going to bang. And,
Yeah.
and the winner of this fight.
You get to see that beautiful tattoo again as well.
Oh yeah, of Giselle.
The winner of this fight gets a crack at possibly not Izzy. I think if Till wins, he gets a crack at Izzy. Well, the winner of Paulo and Izzy.
Yeah, it's possible. It's quite possible. If Till wins, if Whittaker wins, no. Whittaker's got to win another one.
I think Whittaker wins, and if he beats Jared Cannonier, he gets a crack at the winner of Izzy and Paulo.
Yeah, he just needs 1 or 2 more. But if Till wins, he's got a fast track for sure.
Yeah.
But I think a fast track might be a little bit. I think Adesanya fucking pieces him up.
Yeah. What about Jared?
I think Jared is a little bit of a closer fight. Shout out Regani, and I'm not quite sure. That's also another interesting fight. But right now I can't look past Robert Whittaker versus Darren Till. That is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And they're very evenly matched. It's going to be a good one.
No, for sure.
It's gonna be fire.
And that's it, guys. That's it. I mean, I don't know about any honorable mentions on the prelim card. I'm not sure. I'm just having a quick little squiz there. Nothing too. Tanner Boza coming off a big knockout. That's going to be an interesting one. He's the second fight on the prelim card.
I think for me, it's dark complexion cowboy, and that's about it.
Yeah, for sure. Cowboy, for sure. Right, guys, that's it. I think that's from the corner number 10, baby boys. I've been listening to too much Michael Bisping podcast
From the corner. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, this is From the Corner, and we will see you guys after Robert Whittaker versus Darren Till, and we look forward to the next UFC fight card.